Hey guys, welcome to our after show talk. We're a morning session, whatever. We're gonna pray a novena. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're taking your questions, so if you have questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section. There's not a lot to talk about because not a lot happened in this episode. We lost like 16,000 people.
We don't have a lot of discussion, just a lot of emotions, I think.
A lot of emotions to work through. And I wonder if they were on The Talking Dead either. Like Abraham and Glenn were like both on the. I haven't seen it. I have to go.
Yeah, we weren't there.
Okay, so Kate's gonna kind of guide us through what she has.
Yeah, I mean, I took some notes. It was basically just kind of like a bullet point of what happens, but like it starts with Rick's gonna kill Negan. Negan's not down for that. Essentially, the entire episode is Negan breaking Rick. That's his goal. That's his job. He doesn't break him enough by murdering Abraham, and so then he murders Glenn, because not only did he feels that he didn't break Rick enough in that moment, but then Daryl takes a swing and hits him, so he murders Glenn also.
And that's the only thing I want to talk about is why do we have to endure Glenn
dying
and not dying, only to be killed?
Does anyone in the chat, anyone have thoughts about why we have to deal with Glenn, the emotional turmoil of Glenn dying twice?
Oh my gosh, sorry.
The dire wolves are furious about the Glenn death.
Oh, did you set a timer for 20 minutes?
Handle it.
I'm keeping track.
Thank you.
Why?
I guess to prepare us for this moment, like or to let us know, like, it could also be a device to tell us that there are no more chances. Like, this is it. This is the part of the story where there's like nothing. We can't say, oh, they're safe, they're fine anymore, because everyone was saying during the dumpster death, right? That he got away, he put blood on. I'm like, no, I think he's dead. But I think this signifies that, like,
there's no more.
There's no more chances. Like, this is it.
Also, I think
for Glenn anyway.
No, I think for the whole story,
maybe.
because like when Negan says I'm gonna kill you, there's no getting out of it. Like, there's no more in the nick of time.
And it just occurred to me of like we had a lot of conversations of like who's dead. Is it gonna be Maggie? Oh my God, Michonne, Daryl. We would just die if it was Daryl. Like all of these discussions. Oh, and never did we talk about if it was Abraham, would that be an issue? It's okay. It's not on the keyboard. And then he was the one who was the first one who died. And I don't think that we thought we never considered him. I don't even think
killing Abraham. He's the protector of the group.
Yeah.
He's the group whip, other than Daryl. Like, Abraham's head first, right?
But tell me that you were like, oh, he's an option for someone who died, who got, like, emotionally distraught in your mind.
No, I'm not.
He wasn't on the list, and then they killed him, and we were like, oh, interesting, we don't care as much about that. And then they killed Glenn again.
I think we felt like Glenn was off the table because we'd already experienced, like, a death.
I didn't think that.
You didn't
For
think
the
that
record.
after Abraham died or before Abraham died?
No, I don't trust Negan. I think at any time anybody can just be. I think everyone's head is on the chopping block with Negan around.
Yeah.
Like if they don't. Sorry, I'm getting ahead, but like if they don't deliver what he promises, I feel like he's just gonna start killing people.
So what does he want?
Because the Hilltop has an agreement with Negan. They gather things, ammo, food, women, medical supplies,
they have the farm,
and they provide for Negan. And Negan, in turn, protects the farm, the people. But Negan is the boss.
Right.
So
which he like that was the entire point of the episode was him making Rick submissive.
It was for us, I guess, experience the paradigm shift of we're not under. No one's protected anymore. Nobody is safe anymore. Rick can't say it's gonna be okay anymore. Like none of that. And
I think we've had a lot of, because what I did to prep, I didn't go through, because I've watched every episode, but only once, but what I did to prep was read the Wikipedia descriptions of all the episodes, which was kind of interesting because they do outline like all of the power shifts of, at one point in the second season, Rick, or maybe in the first season, at some point Rick was like, listen, this is no longer a democracy, I'm in charge.
The Ricktatorship.
Yeah, he was like, no.
Season 2.
Like, we're done. We can't do this anymore. And then in season 3,
when Shane died, because Shane was vying for power.
He was like,
Lori,
no, like I'm in charge. If anyone has a problem with that, you can leave.
Right.
And then later, Rick is like, no, we're stronger when we make decisions together.
But
I mean, he says that, and he like makes that a thing, but maybe it's not. Everyone still
No,
looks to Rick to be
I feel
charged.
that. I think that what happened that got them in this situation was that Rick got cocky. Rick felt like he could
Clearly.
take on Negan and his people,
And
survivors.
He got vicious.
Right. I mean, Rick actually felt like he could take them on and get around them, and it would be okay. Because that was the whole theme of last season was, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. We're going to be fine. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. And now we're seeing a complete shift in that. And no, we're not okay. We never were okay. And we were fools, like, spend a whole year not preparing.
I think one of the interesting things that Negan did was kind of, he said this a lot of like, think about what has happened, 10 minutes, thank you, 10. Think about what happened and think about what can happen. And we saw that in the episode of Rick when he's on top trying to get the axe, thinking about if he's going to get the axe, and he goes through everyone who hasn't been killed and what, you know, just seeing them get hit with Lucille.
Right.
And that kind of instigates him. Negan's like, what can happen, instigates him to get the axe, go into action, to not fight against Negan, I guess.
Negan sounds like a girl's name.
He's also the worst person ever.
This from the
but
person who has no, you know,
he doesn't
no
love
experience.
the show. Not digging the show.
I mean,
Questions?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
We're ready.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
ready.
Okay, so we have quite a few. So, okay, so Lily asks, do you think Rick is really broken, or is he just for a few episodes and then we'll get our Rick back?
He's just biding his time
No,
until he has the upper hand.
I think Rick is. I believe Rick is scared.
I think
I think Rick has been losing it for a while and has just found himself in situations where things work out.
And obviously this is, like, this episode, especially at the end, was definitely like a biblical reference of Abraham, like, and his son.
Right.
And he was stopped at the last moment. And so it was just like Negan trying to see how far and make sure that he is completely at his command. And I think at this point Rick is. But I'm pretty sure we all have known Rick for like that many years, and I think that he's gonna get it back. Like I
don't think so.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
I think he's gonna be completely, and I don't think that he's faking the submission right now. I think that he is completely broken and at Negan's middle.
I don't think he's because I think that it's gonna take the group has to step up.
So and then I have another thing to bring up is if that's true, Maggie wants to fight. Like,
Well, right, well, she's angry.
Right now she wants.
She's
and
very
so
angry,
I
very
wonder,
emotional.
Is this going to be not only a paradigm shift in that Rick isn't in charge of anything, but now other people will have a chance to
Yes.
step up, cause a revolution, and
Also remember,
the dire wolves.
Carol and Morgan are at the kingdom.
Where?
Carol and Morgan are at the kingdom. There's a whole separate group of people we have not seen yet, and Carol and Morgan are still out there, right? So Carol is a leader, right? So if Carol ever comes
Carol
back,
doesn't mess around.
I feel like she's gonna take her rightful place in the throne, dethrone Rick, and like is gonna lead the group
I mean,
to defeat. If anybody can
Rick
defeat,
is dethroned. So
Right now, yeah, right.
now there is no throne.
but if
Negan's
anybody
in
can organize the
throne.
group,
No, I think,
Let me talk. Go
I
ahead.
think it's gonna be Maggie.
But she's not in a place right now. Like she's sick, and she's probably
I
gonna
think
lose
she
her
can
baby.
rise above it.
She's probably gonna end up at the hilltop for a couple of
I think
episodes.
she's gonna lose the baby and then rise above it.
Right, but
Honestly,
think
I
about
that's
what you
what's
have
gonna
to
happen.
do in order to become Rick. What
Right.
you have to go through to
Yeah.
become Rick.
You have to go to hell and back, basically.
And that's what she's
Aren't they
doing
already in
currently.
hell?
Do we
Basically.
have more questions?
Yes, we have.
Oh, sorry.
14 more.
Tangents.
Okay, so if ICU says, what do y'all think will be happening when Negan comes to visit them in Alexander next week? Just nothing good.
I mean,
Someone's
so
gonna get it. Like,
is he looking for specific things? Like, has he given them the
Yes.
list of like, this is what I want?
No.
He just says I get half of what you get, basically.
but you're expected to
Go out and
yeah,
search
you're
for
you're
things.
expected to build a team, go get supplies, go get ammo. Eugene knows how to make bullets, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Eugene's gonna be a bullet making machine for Negan, right? And give Negan all the ammo. If Eugene is being honest,
So,
I don't
do
know,
you
but
think,
I don't think they're bowing.
do you think in the next episode that Negan's gonna show up and kill someone else because they
something's gonna happen because they're not gonna. I mean,
Well, we might just get
Well, but you
Daryl in
think
the next
so?
episode.
You weren't here for the fact that we think that Rick is truly submissive at this point. Really? You don't think? I think that he has been completely broken.
No, I think that he would have been completely broken if he would have had to cut off Carl's arm.
I think the
But
fact
he didn't.
I think the fact that he
Well, but he didn't because
he was
stopped.
stopped.
Right, but I think that last moment of not having to do this terrible act to his own son saved him from being
all right.
completely gone.
I mean,
I don't think that's true. I think he's gonna get it back. I think he's gonna get his Rickness back.
I also
but
think it's
His
time.
Rickness.
It's time for everybody else to step it up
his Rickitude.
Maggie.
and rally. Because Rick needs some rallying around. Period. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Next questions.
Okay, so Icy had another question. She wanted to know why they only took Daryl, and what will they be doing with him when he be back with the Green?
Oh, can I
Bound
say
chicka
something?
wow wow.
So I think part of it is that Daryl is maybe as much aggressive as Rick was, and so they're probably going to try and break Daryl as well. I mean, I know that Negan said that he's strong, I like him, but he's another one that isn't going to kowtow to what Negan wants, and so they're either going to try and break him or utilize that
I think
attribute.
they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're gonna try to.
Anyway.
Adi thinks he's gonna get raped. I think.
Adi thinks he's getting raped.
I think they're gonna have to try to fold him into the group because he has a lot of skills
Yeah.
that nobody else
They look
has.
like they're hurting for skills.
Yeah, they do. They look kind of stupid. Those other henchmen look kind of stupid. All right, next question.
Okay, so
What's our time?
While you're
sorry, we have like 5 minutes.
I would just like to state that I call complete and utter, like, Negan is the worst human being ever because when he was... No, and let me just give a specific example. Because when he was telling Rick that he needs to hurry up and cut his son's arm off, he said chop chop. Like, sir, that was not necessary. That was not necessary.
It's fun.
That kind of pun game is not necessary
He
in
was
this situation.
He was a high school principal
That's
in his,
right.
in his afterlife.
It's rude.
His dad humor.
Chop, chop.
All right, next
No,
question.
sir.
So Brad wants to know if it was worth the wait.
Yes. Yes. I'm
not as emotionally involved as these
I
two
am
were.
completely involved in this show.
I have been binge watching The Walking Dead like
I
for
just
the
get
last 2
easily
weeks.
emotional. Like, I've watched all the episodes. I wasn't emotionally involved, but getting back into it, I am that
I mean,
much
I
more
was emotional when
involved.
Glenn died in the dumpster dive.
Gosh.
I was emotional when
I was
Glenn got caught in the roundabout at the whatever office that was in, and
I've
Noah
never-
got smashed against the window. That
I've never
Killed me.
watched this show
Beth,
with anyone
man,
else.
Beth
Oh
died.
my god. Beth.
So
I haven't watched it with you
I am
guys
like
either.
Well, but I've
emotionally.
watched
I'm,
every episode.
I'm 100% all in. That's all. This is my football. That says anything
Really?
to anybody.
Well, see, I guess this is the problem I have with
No,
the writing.
it's
It's like,
not.
what they do with
See,
Beth
I
is the
think-
same
No,
thing
I
they
think
do with
it's
Glenn,
weird.
kind of. Beth finally started getting interesting. Like, she went from just a background character that everyone cared about, so they worried because she was at risk. She became interesting, and then they killed her. And then Glenn, they like do this fake death. They bring him back. We're all happy he's back, and then they kill him. It's just, ugh.
Well, and Glenn was a super powerful member of the group.
I still think it
And
should
so
have
was
been
Abraham.
Michonne.
No.
Yeah, it would have been
no
a
one
mess.
cares about Abraham. I'm telling you,